Rush and Bob Delaney are the other officials. Underway in Reunion Arena as the Mavericks look for their 5th in a row on the home court. They have a sellout crowd here tonight, the 24th of the season. Tomorrow night's game with Seattle already sold out, so they'll have 25 and counting. Kidd on the miss, has his own rebound, and tried to go back up with it, hit the bottom edge. The Timberwolves 8-29 on the road as they start play tonight. Doug West with Mashburn guarding him. This is Ryder, and Ryder able to score in the post.
You can expect that he will take Lucius Harris inside most of the night as long as he stays out of foul trouble. He likes to play in there, and he's very strong and explosive.
Lucius Harris against Ryder at the other end, feels the bump and puts the shot up there. That should get him 2 free throws. And Ryder has picked up the first foul of the game.
When you reflect on the win the other night against a good LA team, probably the thing you come away with talking about the most is the movement of the basketball. The Mavericks were just outstanding in that area. And I'm not talking about just the half-court movement of the ball. That guy right there has got this Maverick team moving the ball not only end line to end line, but sideline to sideline very unselfishly.
And it resulted in 6 Mavericks scoring in double figures. Harris with the 2 free throws to tie the game. About a minute in. West looking in over Mashburn. Again, they've got Ryder down in the post. Shot clock at 10. And Ryder called for a walk, trying to make the drive on Jamal.
Well, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Mike Schuler comes out of the block, substituting for Bill Blair as acting head coach here tonight, with the intent to give Ryder the ball.
Mavericks looking for the lead. Popeye Jones to Harris over Ryder. And Lucius Harris with the first 4 for Dallas. Now it's Ryder on the perimeter. West. LAETTNER on the handoff to West. Doug West fires. West with his first 2.
West, another one of those.
It's knocked to the ground by LAETTNER, claimed by Rooks. The throw ahead, deflected and stolen by Kidd. The Mavericks in transition, and Mashburn to the hoop.
He made the defensive man move to Lorenzo Williams on the wing and gave himself enough room to get all the way to the glass.
Derek Martin guarded by Kidd. And an illegal defense call whistled against the Mavericks. The first of the game with 9:54 left in the first quarter.
You will normally see more illegal defenses when you play against Minnesota. There's a reason for that. They run a lot of ISOs and a lot of post-ups. And when you play against a team that runs a lot of isolations, you'll get caught in that illegal defense.
Ryder working on Harris. LAETTNER has his first 2. Kidd with a quick entry to Mashburn. There's the double team, a pass inside, and Rooks knocks it out. With 17 to shoot, the Mavericks to come in. Popeye Jones comes into Harris. Inside to Mashburn. Good play. The shot's not there, and LAETTNER rips it away.
I sincerely believe that Mashburn was expecting contact. He doesn't get many of those, Jim.
And Rooks converts at the other end. Sean Rooks has his first 2. 4 Minnesota players have scored on their first 8 points. 3 minutes into the game. Mashburn into West. Mashburn spins in. Off the fadeaway. Nope. Harris, a tip not there. Popeye Jones with a follow, as is Lorenzo Williams to keep it alive, and Minnesota tips it out of bounds.
Tremendous on the boards. I mean, they're just relentless. Lorenzo Williams and Popeye Jones, and you see Lou Harris in there. He's getting into the act now as a rebounder. Look at Harris, Jones, Williams. I mean,
that's 4 offensive rebounds. Kidd for 3. The long rebound cut off by West. T-Wolves in transition. West to Ryder. Minnesota by 4. They've scored the last 6.
If I was Ryder, I would not want to stare down Jason Kidd at that point. I mean, that all you're doing to Jason Kidd is motivating him.
And here's Kidd for 3. There's some of that motivation.
That's right. You go after people you can intimidate. You can't intimidate Jason Kidd. You better leave him alone.
Martin deals into LAETTNER. LAETTNER with the left-handed move. 4 points for LAETTNER. MASHBURN over LAETTNER. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks with 7:48 left in the first.
Isaiah Ryder on a pass from Doug West up over the top of Jason Kidd, gets the dunk.
Three-point lead for Minnesota. Oh, Martin dived down and made the steal, and then a foul called on MASHBURN.
MASHBURN reached out and grabbed him that time when Martin dropped down. We'll continue to watch that to see if Martin is going to double down consistently on MASHBURN. It looks like he waited for him to put the ball on the floor before he went to the double down.
Mavericks are 3 out of 14 from the field. MASHBURN knocked it loose, but Ryder a pickup. West a slip pass to LAETTNER, and Minnesota did a good job.
Jim, we've seen LAETTNER score 3 baskets on 3 different moves. A perimeter shot facing up, his post-up position with his back to the basket, and then going to the basket.
Harris gives it up to MASHBURN. Underneath to Kidd. Jason hangs one up there. Missed tip by Lorenzo Williams. Tipped again, though. And the loose ball knocked to the floor by Popeye Jones, but Brooks plays it ahead to Ryder. Ryder going to the hoop. Not there with that acrobatic move, and Harris has it. Now the Mavericks on the run. Jason Kidd, a touch pass to Jones. What a sweet play.
Touch passes are very effective in beating the defense. They can't adjust, and that's what Kidd did to Popeye Jones.
T-Wolves the ball, leading by 3. 6:37 left in the first. West from the outside. Kidd the rebound.
Oh,
on ahead to MASHBURN. On the reverse, going to the foul call.
What a pass. Oh, Jason Kidd does it again. Passing the basketball. Look at MASHBURN. Kidd touch pass. Popeye Jones, baseline jumper, drains it. And Jason Kidd this time in transition. Watch the pass to MASHBURN down below. And a great finish.
1 point lead for Minnesota with this timeout taken.
So get to Reunion Arena and pick up those tickets. Going to be hard to get one for tomorrow night, though.
Got that. MASHBURN shooting for the tie with 6:28 left in the first.
Mavericks with a 24th sellout tonight. They've had a total of 7 sellouts in the last 2 years.
Minnesota hit its first 7. Now they're 7 of 9. Mavericks were 3 out of 15 and are now 5 for 17. Ryder in deep, slips the ball off to Rooks. MASHBURN the rebound. Good interior defense by the Mavericks.
I think it was Williams that got a piece of that, too.
Popeye Jones had the ball deflected, but Kidd with a pickup underneath to Lorenzo. And where have we seen that before?
He faked where there was no one. There was nobody where he made the fake to open up Williams inside. The defense actually went with the fake. There was no man there. And then he dropped it to Williams.
7 points in a row for the Mavericks. Ryder leaves it for LAETTNER. Back inside to Ryder off the fake. Missed on the reverse. Gets his own rebound. Missed it left-handed. Kidd comes out with it. Mavericks with some numbers here. Popeye Jones off to MASHBURN. And Sean Rooks the rebound. Derek Martin advancing. Underneath to West to tie the game.
That's a heck of a pass. And a nice finish by West. And he is a very good finisher. Always has been in the NBA.
West with 4 points here in the first. He's nursing an injury. A little over 5 minutes left in this opening quarter. 12 on the shot clock. Lucius Harris. And LAETTNER with the rebound. Tom Gugliotta on his way to the scorer's table. Winston Garland already there for the Timberwolves. Minnesota looking to regain the lead this possession. Martin against Kidd. Around the screen by LAETTNER. Martin to the hoop for the layup. Derek Martin has his first 2. Popeye Jones nails it over Brooks.
Popeye Jones, the power forward from the left wing, creating his own opportunity with the dribble. How about that? Improvement, improvement.
There's a guy who might be the most improved player in the league.
He gets my vote.
LAETTNER passes the ball to Martin. Martin driving inside, and a foul called on Popeye Jones.
Oh, my.
Foul by Popeye Jones.
I thought it was a charge. Look at this. Oh, that's a charge. That foot's down. That left foot's down.
101, row LC4.
Obviously close, and when it's close, the advantage goes to the offense. But my, oh, my.
Tom Gugliotta has come in now, number 24. Winston Garland, number 22, holding against Kidd. A little over 4 minutes left in the first. The game tied at 18. Brooks. Doug West for three. And the rebound deflected by Jones to Williams. Kidd against Garland. Into Mashburn. And a foul called on Doug West. 2 fouls on West.
Jim, I'll tell you, as soon as the ball went into Mashburn, Lorenzo Williams was assuming his rebounding position once again. He did tip it in, but it was after the whistle. That's why he and Jones are so darn good around the basket. I don't care who they draft or who they bring in here. Those guys are going to be hard to beat out.
Yep.
And they're going to draft some good players, and they may make a good trade or two, but you look at Durham, not our Jim Durham, but Pat Durham. It's close.
And West headed out. Mashburn has 7. 2-point lead for the Mavericks. Minnesota Timberwolves finishing up a 5-game road trip, their longest of the season. They have lost 7 of their last 10. Gugliotta, Popeye Jones closing out on him. Now it's Brooks against Williams. 5 on the clock. Gugliotta for 3. The long rebound to Kidd. He's got it at full blast. Mashburn to Williams.
You could hear the crowd. By the time Kidd crossed the 10-second line, the crowd was buzzing. They knew something was going to happen.
And we could feel the breeze.
Yeah.
Isaiah Ryder from deep.
Isaiah Ryder.
Ryder has 6. Scott Brooks ready to come on for the Mavericks. Kidd dumps it into Mashburn and picks up another assist.
What a pass. A simple little pass, but it was made right. The rotation on the ball was right so that when it hit the floor, it came up in Mashburn.
Timeout, Minnesota.
A timeout taken by Minnesota. 2:48 left. Jason Kidd already with 6 assists in the game and 6 rebounds. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
In addition to that foul.
Pat Durham brings it in play to Garland. 24-20. The Mavericks the lead. 2:30 left in the first. Brooks. And Lorenzo Williams the rebound. Scott Brooks. Lucius Harris. Now it's Mashburn against Durham. Mashburn out. Nice move by Mashburn on the baseline.
I saw 3 blue shirts there, but it didn't matter, did it? Heck of a move.
6-point lead for the Mavericks. Pat Durham fires.
2 minutes.
Tarpley the rebound.
Scott Brooks feeling better tonight than he did the other night as a result of that hamstring that's bothering him.
Mashburn gets the shot away and a foul call.
Mashburn got that release caught down on the palm of his hand a little bit. He normally has that ball up on those fingertips. That time that it slipped down, he kind of pushed it. He'll make most of those.
Jamal Mashburn, 2
Shots coming. LAETTNER has come in. Rooks is out for Minnesota. 1:50 left in the first as Mashburn has already scored 12 points.
Interesting, Jim, how Dick Motta played down the playoffs as the Mavericks got close. He said it wouldn't be realistic. He played it down and said, all I'm concerned about is continued improvement. We need to finish on a high note, improving going into next year. That's a veteran coaching move, making that statement.
And you know what we said a few games ago is true. The Mavericks may not make the playoffs, but it won't be, their fault. It will be the other teams won it, earned it.
They have forced Denver and Sacramento to really gear it up.
Here's Mashburn.
And you got to give those two teams credit because they're winning. By the way, Sacramento plays tomorrow night.
Gugliotta's steal.
Denver on Sunday.
Against Houston at home without Hakeem, and then the Mavericks get Hakeem on Tuesday. LAETTNER scoring. 6-point lead for the Mavericks with 1:13 remaining. Harris. Brooks. Scott Brooks to the basket. And the Mavericks back to an 8-point advantage.
See, Brooks knew how tight they were staying on Mashburn, so he knew he'd have room on that reverse move.
Ryder against Lucius Harris. And it's taken out by Harris.
That's a nice defensive job by Lou Harris. You talk about holding your ground. That's a good example of it.
Harris shoots from the outside. Missed for two. Tarpley, the offensive rebound. Roy Tarpley with his first two.
Nice offensive board. Good effort by Tarpley. Missed the game the other night as a result of the flu.
Mavericks up by 10. Shot clock at 18, about 10 difference. Christian Laettner, Tarpley out on him. And Laettner gets his basket. He has 10 points in the first. Mavericks will play it for one. Brooks being guarded by Garland. Brooks to Mashburn. He gets it away in time. It counts. And the Mavericks with a mighty impressive first quarter lead by 10, 34-24, as Mashburn just did get this one away in time.
And it's time now for the three-quarter dunk contest, presented by 570
For Minnesota, this is Laettner guarded by Tarpley. Somehow Laettner manages to control, but forced up the shot, and Tarpley the rebound. Brooks on the hesitation move. Back out to Tarpley, who gets a wide open.
Tarpley from Scott Brooks.
Tarpley with a hook shot inside on the first basket. That time it's a jump shot outside. He does both very, very well. That really is the bread and butter of his offensive game. Those two shots.
The Mavericks pulling away to a 12-point lead. Gugliotta around McLeod. Now it's Durham in a crowd. Rebounded by Lorenzo Williams ahead to Dumas. It's out of bounds to Minnesota.
First period stats are brought to you by Monarch Business Equipment, supplier of copiers to the Mavericks. Replays this period are brought to you by Snickers.
Derek Martin coming back in for the Timberwolves. Winston Garland going out.
He's having problems with a back. Winston Garland is, and you can tell that that lower back is bothering him. He's not going to get a lot of minutes tonight.
That turnover, the fourth of the game on the Mavericks, and a foul called on Stacey King, setting a pick for Martin. First foul on King. Minnesota with 4 turnovers.
As you look at Stacey King, a young, old friend of Jim Durham. Is that right, Jim? Huh?
Yeah.
Back,
an acquaintance.
Back with the Bulls.
We were both much younger in those days. 8 offensive rebounds for the Mavericks. Tarpley again. Rebound to Gugliotta. Doug West to Laettner, and traveling called on Laettner.
Yeah, he did too. There was no question about that. Mike Schuler just turned around and walked the other way.
5 turnovers for the T-Wolves. Mavericks a 12-point lead, and Tarpley there to increase it even more. It's a 14-point advantage.
He lost a little lift on that one, but he got it up over the rim.
That's what counts, right?
Yeah, exactly. He scored.
Martin, Laettner. Laettner over Lorenzo Williams. And it's Scott Brooks to the loose ball, but he can't save. Out of bounds to the Timberwolves.
And he just hurt that leg, that hamstring a little bit. You could tell by the way he walked back in bounds. He made the real good quick effort to get to the ball and the quick stop, and that's what will bother you the most.
He really extended.
Yeah, he grimaced immediately.
Inside move to West and a foul call. Doug West to the line.
Doug West started the ball game at the small forward position. He is now playing at the big guard position with Martin at the point. And this guy's a good player.
Dumas on the foul. That's his first.
Doug West is the last remaining player from the inaugural 89-90 Minnesota team, the first one.
6 points for West tonight. 38-26 Dallas. Mavericks looking for their 5th in a row here in Reunion Arena. Every night out anymore, they seem to get off to great starts. Williams. Brooks. On the fade with 5 on the shot clock. Lorenzo with a tip. Stacey King the rebound. West leaves it for Gugliotta, and he hammers one home.
Gugliotta is a good player, and those two starting forwards, Leitner and Gugliotta, are talented people. I still think this Minnesota team is a club that's better than its record indicates.
Dumas off the jackknife move, and the ball tipped away by McLeod out of bounds.
Mavericks getting a little bit sloppy right now. Get one starter in the ball game. Lorenzo Williams are getting just a little bit careless.
Minnesota with a chance to trim the lead down to 8. It was 14 points. Inside, Leitner gets underneath, and Christian Leitner has 12. 6 points in a row for Minnesota. Popeye Jones on his way to the scorer's table. Oh, nice move by McLeod, but then he ran into that heavy defense under the basket.
Popeye Jones back in the game.
He makes that move very, very well. McLeod does, coming to the middle, reversing to the baseline like he did that time.
Popeye Jones in, Lorenzo Williams out. Inside, not there for Tarpley. Up court, it's Stacey King. Knocked loose, last touch by the Mavericks, I think. Oh, it's out of bounds to the Mavericks. You know, the way Brooks went after that ball, you have to think that's going to be a tip if you're an official, right?
Yeah, he was trying to save it. There wasn't any doubt about that.
So he must have thought they were last to touch it. Tony Dumas. Good lift on that shot for Tony D.
Nice move off a good pick by Tarpley. Yeah, he did get up. He didn't rush it. Gave himself a little bit of room. That makes a difference.
Derek Martin with Brooks guarding him. West, Dumas has him. A lob into Leitner and a foul on Popeye Jones. 2 fouls on Popeye.
Right now, Leitner's 6 out of 8 from the field, so he's playing well.
2 team fouls on the Mavericks as well. 40-30. Mavericks the lead. 8:02 left in the half. Tomorrow night, the Seattle Supersonics check in.
And their coaching staff is here tonight intact.
And with good reason.
Yes.
They want to get a long, studied look at this Dallas team.
Foul by Tony Dumas.
Tony Dumas picking up the foul.
His second, 13 foul.
That's the hand check. It's automatic.
2 fouls on Dumas, 3 team fouls on the Mavericks.
Scott Brooks doing a nice job shutting down the inbounds pass.
Denying the point guard the ball, Martin. And here's Leitner. Rebound by Jones. Brooks to McLeod. Cleared by Gugliotta. Sidesteps Popeye Jones.
Unlike a George McLeod typical jump shot. That's not what we are accustomed to seeing.
King underneath. Stacey King has his first 2. 40-32. Inside pass to Tarpley and a foul on King. That's the second foul on Stacey King.
Stacey King, his second, first team
foul on the T-Wolves.
Tarpley made a nice move there. When he got down into the lane, instead of continuing on over, he stopped and sealed his defensive man. Watch him stop in the lane. See where he stops? Don't come out of the lane to get it. Stay down there if you can get it. Set that deep post. By the way, the Energizer Bunny just came back in.
Kidd replacing Scott Brooks. Dumas to Popeye Jones over King. And the rebound to McLeod. Good hustle, but Gugliotta takes it down. Minnesota now looking to cut it to 6. Underneath is Stacey King.
Stacey King.
Martin, very good point guard play by Martin. Got the ball down the floor quickly and did find the open man.
6:50 left in the half. King jumped out to try and make the steal. It's still loose. Kidd has it. Kidd slips the pass to Dumas. Nice drive by Tony Dumas. Mavericks back to an 8-point advantage. Martin guarded by Kidd.
Leitner really wants the ball inside against Tarpley.
Here he goes. And a foul called on Tarpley.
Basket foul before the shot.
Second foul on Tarpley. Timeout taken. 6:20 left in the half. Dallas by 8.
Mashburn back in the game.
Mashburn back in. George Karl and the Seattle Supersonics will be here tomorrow night. We'll visit with the Seattle coach in halftime. There you see Bob Weiss. He's got his entire coaching staff with him.
Wake up,
Karl.
Bobby. Wake up over there.
Doug West. Over Mashburn. Rebound by Tarpley. Mavericks looking to go back up by 10. Kidd off the drive. Off to Popeye Jones. And an offensive foul called. 3 fouls on Popeye.
Offensive foul, Popeye Jones.
Now he's got to come out of there. Dick Motta will probably get him out of there now.
He's got Doug Smith on his way to the scorer's table.
Jason Kidd with the ball. Gets it over to Jones. Jones commits the charge. Stacey King with the defensive play inside. I do think he was set.
Derek Martin running the show for the Timberwolves.
This is what the Mavericks do not want to allow Minnesota to do. That's get them into a half-court game. They've been on the road. They're playing their 5th game.
Leitner. Tip try King. And it's taken out by Kidd. Inside to Smith, and a foul called on Leitner. I don't think Doug Smith knew he had a shot, but Jason did.
You're exactly right. Doug did not think that there was any way he was going to get the ball. Look at Kidd. He's relaxed. Look at that.
Doug Smith.
Leitner with the foul, his first.
To Smith's credit, he did catch the ball and get it up on the glass.
And thus get to the free throw line.
Smith loves to play with Jason Kidd. Remember that Doug Smith at 6'10" runs the floor very well. That fits with Jason Kidd.
Well, if you like to score points, you'd love to play with this guy. He's going to get it to you in a position to score, no question. Ryder dumps in to King, and that's Smith on the block. Stacey King a pickup, 10 to shoot. King again to the hoop. Rebound knocked around, and Dumas saves it in play to Kidd. Ahead to Smith. Tipped in by Tarpley.
What a play. I mean, Tony Dumas responsible for that one. Jason Kidd did a nice job. Dumas with a great save.
The Mavericks back to the 12-point lead. Leitner. Nope. And the Mavericks another rebound. Kidd up the middle to Mashburn. Mike Schuler wants time. Reunion Arena roars to life with 4:39 left in the half. It's the Mavericks by 14.
You know, he had 26 the last time, the Mavericks.
There's Kidd again. He set up a tip for Smith, and Lorenzo Williams followed it in. Lorenzo has 6 points.
That quickness off the floor and his finding the seam is really beginning to cause that guy to be an outstanding rebounder.
Isaiah Ryder the miss, and the long rebound is Smith. Again, it's Kidd on the push. That pass was so true, it almost went in by itself.
Lorenzo Williams ran the floor right down the middle and still caught the ball and finished.
16-point lead, and a foul called as they work screen roll. Jason Kidd called for the foul, his first.
Watch this. Jason Kidd, alley-oop, Lorenzo Williams. Here he comes. And an interested fan, George Karl, head coach, Seattle Supersonics.
Well, he knows that in an important game for his team, he's going to be running into a hot club that is really executing its stuff.
Your interview at halftime with George Karl will be interesting, not only as it relates to his club, but what he thinks of the Mavericks development.
LAETTNER knocks out the 2 free throws. He's got 16, but it's the Mavericks up by 14. Trying to win for the 4th time this year against Minnesota. Away from the play, a foul call. Tony Dumas went through to finish a spectacular play, but it doesn't count. Foul on Martin.
Foul by Derek Martin.
Mavericks going after their 5th consecutive home victory.
Dumas takes up slack. Missed the dunk, but there's Williams. Lorenzo with 10. Here's a guy who never scored more than 11 points in an NBA game until Wednesday.
Got 19. He's got 11 already. But you know what he's learned? He's learned if I want points, I'm going to have to get him on the offensive board.
There's a foul on Smith as Gugliotta was going to the basket.
Lorenzo Williams is not going to get points on his jump shot at 15 feet. He doesn't shoot that shot. He's not going to get him on a 6 to 8 foot hook shot. He doesn't shoot that shot. He accepts his role as well as anybody in the NBA. He's got to get him on the offensive board or deep low posts. Gugliotta, a 68% free throw shooter, has 3 points in tonight's game. But I'll tell you, that's what a team is all about. Williams understands what Mashburn does. Mashburn understands what Kidd does. Kidd understands what Popeye does. And this is without Jim Jackson, who is as good a 2-guard as there is in the NBA.
Gugliotta with 4 points tonight, and it's a 14-point lead for the Mavericks. 3 minutes left in the half. Kidd against Martin. Smith guarded by Gugliotta. Mashburn with West out on him. Mashburn takes him to the hoop, and a foul on Doug West. That's 3 on West.
West knew it immediately, too.
He's third.
Mashburn makes the move to the right. Watch West as he moves to his left, trying to defend the baseline. You see Mashburn, you get a half a step offensively, and you'll force that defensive man to foul you, or you'll beat him to the bucket.
Mashburn with 18 first half points. Lorenzo Williams has scored 10. Tarpley off the bench with 8.
And to go along with the 10 points that Lorenzo Williams has, he has 8 rebounds. Now, you can't make that substitution. That man was not.
So Ryder returns. Ryder, Martin, Brooks, Durham, and Gugliotta for Minnesota. Mashburn has hit all 7 free throws. Mavericks back to a 16-point lead. Martin running the show for the Timberwolves, who are playing without head coach Bill Blair. Back problems sidelined him. Martin on the miss. Ball tipped out to Kidd.
Right to the middle he goes.
And lobs for Dumas, but it was deflected out by Ryder.
Look at the smile on Dick Motta's face. Jason Kidd looked right over at Dick Motta, and Motta just broke up. And so to Kidd and Motta, that eye contact was tremendous.
Mavericks come in. They're up 16. Mashburn.
Kidd's going to have 10 assists before the half. He's got 9 right now.
He may have a double-double at halftime.
In assists and rebounds.
Yeah. Here's Mashburn. And the foul called gets Jamal to the line to shoot 2. Pat Durham has his second.
You know, you spend so much time talking about the guy that passes the ball because it means so much that we have spent not enough time, I don't think, talking about that guy who frequently is catching it. One of the NBA's top scorers, the 7th best scorer in the NBA in only his 2nd year, and the 11th youngest player in the league.
And he already has 20 tonight.
It's not bad when you're the 11th youngest player and there's 324 players in the league.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Mashburn with 21.
And Kidd's even younger than that.
Yep. .210 left in the half. Mavericks have already dropped a big load on the Timberwolves. Gugliotta, and a foul called. He shoots 2. Remember, the Mavericks had 62 at the half against the Lakers the other night and scored 130 in the game to equal their season high. Smith picking up the foul here. 2 fouls on him.
Been a tough year for Tom Gugliotta. Started out with Washington in the Chris Webber deal, goes to Golden State, then from Golden State to Minnesota. He is a good basketball player and a hard worker. You hope things work out for him. I just don't want him to work out against the Mavericks, I guess.
He's got 5 points so far, coming off the bench tonight.
He's a triple threat, this guy is. He can shoot, he can pass it, he can create.
2 minutes.
16-point lead this trip. Kidd guarded by Martin. Inside to Mashburn. Rebound by Rooks. Ahead to Gugliotta.
That was that 10th assist.
And the ball stolen by Smith. Ahead to Kidd. There it is. Oh, a handoff to Mashburn underneath. I'm sure he'll get the 10. 23 for Mashburn. Mavericks, of course, having to go back-to-back with the Supersonics tomorrow night. They are off tonight. And so Dick Motta with a chance, the way these guys are playing, not to have to play anyone heavy minutes. Dumas!
Boy, are they fun to watch, folks. Are they fun to watch.
T-Wolves taking a 20. The Mavericks up by 20 and 1:06 left to go in the half. They've already equaled their 62-point halftime output against the Lakers the other night.
And we can point out that the Mavericks have to play 4 games in 5 nights. So with Dick Motta being able to spread around some minutes tonight, it does nothing but help out again tomorrow night against the Seattle team that will run with the Mavericks, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle, led by Gary Payton, will get up and down the floor with the Mavericks. Mashburn with the basketball. Across the floor to Tony Dumas and the 2-pointer.
With 62 points on the board, the Mavericks high this year for the first half is 69. They got that in Reunion Arena against the Celtics. Martin. Gugliotta against Smith. Pat Durham on the handoff to Rooks. Mashburn surveys the scene. Durham closes out on him as he picks up the dribble. 12 to shoot. Kidd against Martin. Off to Smith. Now it's Dumas for 3.
Whoa, did he pull a string on that?
5 to shoot. Williams comes out. The pass loose. Mashburn back to get it. It's an over and back. So with 29.2 left in the half, Minnesota with the ball.
I don't know whether Tony had a second thought about taking the shot or was going to make a pass. It was a shot, but I think when he got in the air, he was thinking about making a pass. Then he tried to go back to the shot. You don't want to do that.
He offered up a dying quail. Here's Martin. With 11 to shoot, about 5 difference. Gugliotta for 3. Rooks the rebound in a crowd. Blocked from behind, but a foul on Lorenzo Williams. Rooks shoots 2.
Foul by Lorenzo Williams.
That's a nice effort inside. Nice effort by Rooks. Give him credit. He worked hard to get that rebound. Sean Rooks goes back up, tries to get another dunk as he did the last time down, but not that time.
McLeod and Brooks ready to come on for the Mavericks with 7.2 left in the half.
Scott Brooks and George McLeod back in the game for Minnesota for the
nice job by Tony Dumas. Doug Smith, good help off the bench. Well, no, wait a minute. It's not Dumas that's going out. It's Lorenzo Williams. That's a situation substitution by Dick Motta.
And number 3, Chris Smith, has come on for Minnesota. Lorenzo Williams with, in all likelihood, a double-double tonight before it's over. Brooks makes it a 16-point lead. Kidd off the cut. Kidd gets it away, and it's rejected by Brooks out of bounds as time runs out. But I think they're going to put 3/10 back up. And remember, in the NBA, you can catch and shoot 3/10 or more.
Right here, Sean, right here, stay there.
McLeod to make the inbounds pass.
Right there.
After this 22nd time.
It's important because you want to get a good shot so that your club gets a feel for this kind of a situation. That will help in a close ball game. There it is.
Lobs for Dumas, and it's picked out of the air by Durham as the half comes to an end. The Mavericks walk off after leading by as many as 20.
He is the only rookie in the top 10 in 2 statistical categories. Jason Kidd, steals and assists.
Mavericks have opened up a 19-point lead. Their biggest tonight has been 20. They were up 16 at the half. 10 to shoot. Ryder picked up by Popeye Jones. Isaiah Ryder with 10 points scored. Kidd works around the Williams pick. Jason missing from the perimeter. Harris missed on the tip dunk follow. Look at Lucius go down to try to keep it alive, and he'll get hit with a loose ball foul instead. And Rush makes the clip signal, just like the football official.
He did, too. I'll tell you, Lucius Harris's effort on the offensive board, if he had dunked that home, we'd be wooing and wowing all the way back down the floor.
Is that like oohing and on?
Yeah, you got it.
West looks in, gives it up to Martin instead. Derek Martin off the move to the hoop, hits the floater.
Derek Martin.
Mashburn double team. Now Popeye Jones on the drive and away from the play.
Yeah, Lou Harris got that perimeter jumper to go. It doesn't count.
Illegal defense.
Doug West, first of the game. Doug West, that's the first of the game on the Timberwolves. 69-54 Mavericks. Kidd's pass to Mashburn, out of bounds.
You see, Kidd didn't look. He knew he was there, and he knew he was open. That one went out of bounds, but keep something in mind, you younger players. It's better, much better, to have that ball be away from the defense too far than to pass it to the defensive man. So what Kidd did wasn't all bad.
Shot clock at 10. It's loose. Martin has it. 7 minutes left in the third. Time running out. Isaiah Ryder says, I'll take it from here. 12 for Ryder.
And he's heating it up just a little bit.
He's got 6 of them in this quarter. And the Timberwolves have cut the lead down to 13. Lucius Harris in a sea of blue shirts. Almost got his own rebound. And comes away with the ball, as it turns out. Mashburn for 3. Popeye back up.
Popeye Jones.
8 points for Popeye.
Remember the first must going into this second half. Focus and concentration. That's what the Mavericks have to do. Don't get careless now, because that guy can shoot it, and so can Ryder.
Williams ends up with it. It's Mashburn advancing.
Oh, good move.
Popeye Jones wide open.
Popeye Jones.
10 points for Popeye. The third Maverick into double figures tonight.
And he'll head toward double figures in rebounds, too. Popeye Jones double-double. Uh-oh, over the top.
And it's Ryder with a catch. Trying to finish on the other side. Had it partially blocked. Jones ends up with it. Mashburn. Yep.
Mashburn.
And a 20 taken by Mike Schuler. With 5:40 left in the third. The Mavericks have opened up a 19-point lead once again.
And that's the night of skills.
But you know what? You know what really is pointed out in that play? He's not that big. If he's unable to score with that initial explosion, now he's in there with those big people. He can't finish the play.
Like that right there.
Mashburn. And on the rebound, a loose ball foul called on Popeye Jones.
Loose ball foul, Popeye Jones.
That's 4 on Popeye.
He's fourth.
And the fourth team foul on the Mavericks.
Dick Motta turns to Brad Davis, calls for Roy Tarpley. Davis hollers down the bench. Tarp, it's your turn.
5 minutes left in the third. A kick ball and a new 24 awarded to the Timberwolves. There you see Tarpley entering the lineup with Popeye Jones out with his 4th foul. It's a 19-point lead for the Mavericks. Doug West on the miss. Tarpley the rebound. Kidd to Mashburn. A super play. Jamal Mashburn with 29.
Kidd looked off the defense once again. We have to be careful that throughout Jason Kidd's career, we do not start to take him for granted. There is nothing worse, in my estimation, in the world than when you start taking something good for granted. Don't do that.
21-point lead. The biggest of the game for the Mavericks. They've scored the last 8, and a turnover as Rooks ends up out of bounds. Here comes Kidd. Inside pass broken up, knocked out of bounds by Minnesota.
Kidd's talking to himself a little bit on that one, saying, I should have waited.
Tom Gugliotta coming back in for the Timberwolves. LAETTNER goes out. Roy Tarpley. Mashburn with West on him. Tarpley against Rooks. Gugliotta claims the rebound. Derek Martin going coast to coast.
Derek Martin.
Boy, was that a prayer? Did he throw up a prayer there, huh?
He's got 6. Here's Tarpley. Mashburn the offensive rebound. And a foul on Martin. The first team foul on Minnesota in this quarter. The second foul on Derek Martin.
Martin getting those heavy minutes at point guard position with that lower back bothering Winston Garland.
Mashburn, Doug West guards him. Double up. It's Kidd. Rebound to Martin. A scoop pass to Ryder. And Ryder went a long way before he put that ball down.
And doesn't think he traveled. Technical foul on Gugliotta. Gugliotta bounced the ball. Watch Ryder. Does he travel? 1, 2. I guess. He needed a suitcase. Get a suitcase. And then Gugliotta bounced the ball, and it went well into the air, about 20 feet.
Lucius Harris with the free throw made. The Mavericks back to the 20-point lead.
Doug West real unhappy with that call. He went the length of the floor to make a comment to that official.
You would think if your starting guards have only made 3 field goals in 20 attempts that you're going to be in for a long night. Lucius Harris underneath, and a foul called. He'll shoot 2.
And you are making reference to the fact that Kidd and Harris are a combined 3 for 20. But when you start to look at the other things they've done, it makes up for that 3 for 20. Rebounds, assists, playing good defense, and just plain and simply hustling. Now what Dick Motta's starting to think about is minutes. He wants to get rest for these people because of playing Seattle tomorrow night. It will be unlike playing Minnesota.
The Mavericks have hit on 16 in a row at the free throw line. They lead by 22 with 3:30 left in the third. But you know what, Bob? Just through his normal rotation, guys don't play heavy minutes.
Yeah, that's happened because it finally developed some bench. And that came about with the acquisition of a CBA player, George McLeod, and a trade with Houston, where they had to give up Moreland Wiley but got Scott Brooks back.
Lorenzo Williams missed on the turnaround, but a foul call. Sean Rooks picks up his first.
His first 3rd team foul.
You can hear Sean Rooks in there telling those officials, you're not calling anything down there. He said last year when I was wearing that Maverick uniform, you called everything against the Mavericks.
I beg to differ. The Mavericks had 14 fouls called on them in about the first 4 minutes of this quarter. Minnesota just now picked up its 3rd.
Yeah, but Sean Rooks doesn't remember that.
That's right.
He's already got a couple of blocks, Lorenzo Williams does, and of course he's got 12 rebounds
and 11 points.
20th best rebounder in the NBA. That's outstanding. Just outstanding.
Listen to the crowd chanting defense. And by the pitch of their call, you can tell there are a lot of youngsters in the crowd tonight. Martin missing, and the rebound at Tarpley.
He's got to give it up. He's got to give it up. That's right. There you go.
Mashburn against West. Williams with a bullet pass into Tarpley, and on the turnover, Minnesota will have it after this timeout. 2:39 left in the third. It's Dallas by 21.
Prime NBA excitement on Prime. That will work.
People of all ages enjoying themselves tonight in Reunion Arena, the 24th sellout crowd of the season.
Let's talk about rebounds. Mavericks 22 offensive rebounds. Timberwolves 5.
Martin on the way to the basket was fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Last time the Mavericks were at the Target Center in Minneapolis, they won that ball game because of their dominance on the boards, especially the offensive board. They were down 10 in the second half. We're seeing that here again tonight in Reunion Arena.
Mashburn picking up that foul. That's his second. Derek Martin, an 85% free throw shooter, the rookie from UCLA who began his pro career in the CBA. He was a CBA All-Star this year. 8 points for him.
He spent some time traveling around, doing a little bit of barnstorming
with Magic.
Yep. Yeah. Magic Johnson.
19-point lead.
Nice defense that time by West.
Mismatch here, Mashburn, and now they double on him. Nice catch by Harris. Tarpley. It's a 2, and Roy Tarpley has 10.
He comes off the bench and gets points and gets some rebounds for this Maverick team.
LAETTNER over Tarpley, and Christian LAETTNER has scored 20 tonight.
Tarpley with 10 points and 8 rebounds.
If you couldn't see the score, you would still know who's winning this game. And I say that because one team moves the ball, gets it to the open man, takes the open shot. The other team, one pass. And if the guy hadn't shot one in a while, he's going to launch. Now here's Gugliotta. As he went into the crowd, had it knocked loose. It's still loose. 6 to shoot. LAETTNER against Tarpley. And Tarpley knocks it out with 4 on the shot clock.
Chris Smith, Pat Durham back in the game.
Chris Smith coming back for Minnesota. Pat Durham also in the lineup. Martin and West go out.
Chris Smith, a perimeter shooter. Durham, a very athletic player. Loves to run, jump, and dunk.
Ryder for 3. Durham tips it outside, and it went out of bounds to Dallas then, because Durham obviously touched it.
Dick Mott is up, telling his guards, Scott Brooks and Lucius Harris, what he wants. You'll get a half-court set now. It will not be an automatic. It's a called play.
Less than a minute left to go in the third, and Dallas by 21.
It was one of their automatics. It's the Rub series.
And as Mashburn went into the lane, he had the pass knocked out of bounds. 11 to shoot with Tarpley to make the inbounds pass. Out front to Brooks. Back into Tarpley, knocked loose, and then a loose ball foul on Tarpley that will get Pat Durham on the line to shoot 2.
His third.
3 fouls on Tarpley. Durham without a point so far in the game. So that's something else that Pat Durham and I have in common. We both scored as many points in tonight's game.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you will remain scoreless tonight. He has got a shot, but you will remain scoreless. You might not be alone, my friend. Durham out of Colorado State. You are alone.
85-65. Harris. Ryder guarding him. Lucius Harris gets the roll. Shot clock at 18, a little over 4 difference. Smith with Brooks guarding him.
He can shoot it outside.
Gugliotta running out of time, gets one up for 3. Mavericks halftime. Here's Mashburn. It'll count if it goes, and it falls short. We've played through 3 at Reunion, and the Mavericks lead it big. The Southwest Airlines game summary. Mashburn with 29 points scored. Up front, the Mavericks have outscored Minnesota by 20, and now the field goal percentage has evened out.
Back in July at minicamp, I heard Dick Motta make the statement on the practice floor, we want to get 50% of our points on the blocks, and if we do, watch out Denver and Sacramento.
Because the Mavericks are only 2 games back. Fourth quarter underway with a 22-point lead for the Mavericks. Brooks, 10 on the shot clock. Smith guarding him. George McLeod under pressure of Durham. And the ball tipped away underneath. We have a foul call.
That was a nice effort by Roy Tarpley.
Tarpley has picked up his 4th.
Yeah, he got the foul, but he made a nice effort trying to get a piece of the ball and keep it alive. That's what Tarpley has to do, is play hard. And he was trying to do that time.
Chris Smith running the show for the Timberwolves. They are looking for their 9th win of the year on the road. The Mavericks looking for their 18th on the home court and their 5th in a row as King scored.
That was an excellent spin move when he couldn't go baseline. The spin to the middle and the little jump shot. Very well done.
Pass stolen by King, intended for Brooks.
He's got to give it up. He's going to get in trouble.
Better pick up this thing. Smith.
He wants it back.
LAETTNER.
Here's
now.
what.
And that's the 2nd illegal defense of the game against the Mavericks. It's on Lorenzo Williams. Doug West will shoot the free throw.
That time Minnesota was trying to get to their pick and roll on the left side of the floor. As you look at Lorenzo Williams there. Playing Minnesota, you become cautious of 4 things: isos, post-ups, pick and rolls, and back cuts. And if you watch them, those are the 4 things that they're always trying to do. One of the 4.
Pat Durham brings it in play to West.
There's the pick and roll. There's one of them right there. There's the post-up. There's another.
And it's tipped out with 12 to shoot. The T-Wolves to come in. LAETTNER, 6 on the clock. King against Tarpley, and a foul on Roy Tarpley. That's 5 on him.
You sort of get the impression yeah, Dick Motta is going to substitute to that 5th foul. He's going to come with Doug Smith. I would assume that that's for Tarpley.
Stacey King, 2 shots.
2 shots coming for King.
Oh,
Smith back in the game.
Smith for Tarpley. King with the 2nd one. Stacey King has 7.
Scott Brooks calling a play, coming down the floor.
The lead is 18. It was 22 at the end of 3. Rebound to King. Oh, he fires a bullet on ahead to Durham.
The opening of the baseball season took place here at Reunion Arena tonight.
Man, that was a nasty slider he threw. King in the double team. Underneath pass stolen by the Mavericks. Smith, up court, Dumas.
Good decision by Dumas.
It's blocked by Durham on Smith's attempt. And Chris Smith back the other way for Minnesota. LAETTNER to Durham. Pat Durham has his first field goal.
That's about enough now. If you're a Maverick fan, that's a 16-point lead for the Mavericks right now, but not in sync at all, and they haven't been getting good looks at the basket here in the fourth period. Not at all. They haven't had good looks.
Brooks on the pass off, and Smith had a pretty good look that time.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
6 straight points for Minnesota. Stacey King against Doug Smith. Ooh, King comes back the other way. Stacey King with 9. 17 is his season high.
And a look of concern on the face of Dick Motta.
The lead cut to 14. 8 straight points for the T-Wolves. That pass tipped out of bounds by Durham with 8 on the shot clock. The Mavericks to come in.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
Starters getting some valuable rest. They may have to get back in here before too long.
McLeod has his shot blocked. Loose ball to Lorenzo Williams. Lorenzo with 13.
Jim, did you see the quickness with which he came off the floor once he grabbed the ball? There's no hesitation, no fakes. He just explodes.
That's a big basket. It's the first 2 points for the Mavericks in the fourth, and an offensive foul called on Minnesota's Doug West.
I agree with you. That's a real big basket because the Mavericks were not getting good shots, not getting any easy shots, almost like they had lost a little bit of interest. That may be a little bit understandable, but you cannot allow it to happen.
Brooks leaves it for Smith. Tony Dumas off the drive. Tony D. 8 points for him. Mavericks back to an 18-point lead. 8 minutes remaining. West missed on the dunk but drew the foul. Lorenzo Williams picking up the foul, and Doug West to the free throw line.
His second, third team foul.
The athletic Doug West, a guy that can really get up.
Doug West, 2 shots.
Lorenzo Williams with another outstanding performance tonight. Tony Dumas, pretty good performance off the bench. But there's a lot of time left. Mavericks need to be careful.
Brooks returning for the Timberwolves. Stacey King going out.
I thought King did a pretty nice job inside. Yeah. I think Mike Schuler might agree. That's why he kind of grabbed a hold of King and had a comment or two.
West with 11. The lead is 91-75 Mavericks, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Durham again. He thought it went off McLeod, though. Louis Griot says nope, out of bounds, Dallas. Brooks pounded by Smith. Scott Brooks off the lean in, and the rebound to LAETTNER. The outlet deflected by Williams to Brooks. Now it's Dumas. Doug West coming away with it for Minnesota. West burns up the court, went coast to coast, and drew the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Boy, did he ever fly down the floor.
First foul on McLeod.
West, I mean, he really got down the floor quickly. That's a nice job.
West shooting 2. Greg Foster has come on for Minnesota, number 44. Foster, 6'11", 240. 5-year pro. West with 12 points scored, and his average is 13.2. (91-77) Mavericks. Out of bounds by Minnesota. The Mavericks will come in with 11 seconds to shoot.
11 seconds on the shot clock.
Doug Smith looks to bring it in. And it's knocked out of bounds by Durham again. Still with 11 to shoot. 7:23 left in the game. Brooks for three. The rebound to Foster. Now a basket makes it a 12-point game.
And with plenty of time left, too.
Mavericks have come back with their starters with right now 6:35 remaining.
And the Mavericks have been outscored in the fourth quarter 14-4.
Foster nearly lost it. 5 to shoot. West for three. Wow, missed it badly. Here comes Kidd finding Mashburn, and that's the way it's done.
See, Mashburn's tight right now. He couldn't get up. He's not loose. You didn't see the normal explosion that you're accustomed to seeing out of Jamal. He would have dunked that ball, but they've been sitting over there. They're cold.
Kidd just keeps climbing toward maybe a triple-double if he can get some points. On the inside, Rooks. Yep, and a foul.
That's a big basket if that counts.
It should.
No basket. Held for the shot.
No basket.
Corrections.
Once again, Popeye Jones taking a pretty good shot.
Mashburn's third, the 15th foul.
Foul on Mashburn. That's his third. It's 5 team fouls, and yes, this basket counts.
You see Jones in there, Williams in there. Rooks got it to go with a chance to convert it to a three-point play, but misses.
And on the rebound, a foul on Foster.
Loose ball foul, Greg Foster.
First foul on Foster.
First team foul.
Just the first team foul on Minnesota with 5:53 remaining. Mavericks led by 22 after 3. And on the turnover, the Timberwolves have a chance to cut it to 10.
That's what happens when you come back in. You've sat there for so long. You saw Mashburn couldn't get up on an easy dunk. Kidd not really in the flow right now.
Doug West, red hot in the fourth, and West scores again.
You've got a 10-point ball game with a whole lot of time left.
Doug West with 9 fourth-quarter points. Foster knocked that pass away.
Mavericks got to get out of this half-court game. They got to get it full court.
And an illegal defense called against Minnesota. That's the second of the game.
Second of the game for Minnesota. That's a technical foul.
Lucius Harris shooting the free throw.
Lucius Harris.
Mavericks have been held to 6 fourth-quarter points to this point.
And George Karl and his staff from Seattle, familiar with how it goes in the NBA, have hung around for this thing. Now they may get to see some of what may help them more tomorrow night than anything if the game does tighten up at all.
No matter what, they'll have a difficult time selling their team on the Mavericks. That's just the way players are. Jones comes to Harris for 3. And the rebound taken down by Rooks ahead to Durham, and he threw it away.
Well, that's a bad decision by Sean Rooks that time. You appreciate the aggressiveness, but you've got momentum. You've cut a big lead.
4:53 left. And a hand check foul on Foster.
Foul by Greg Foster.
2 fouls on Foster, 2 team fouls against Minnesota in the fourth.
Another thing they've done well with only 2 team fouls.
Mashburn. Durham comes over to double along with West. Jason Kidd off the drive. The shot blocked by Foster, but a foul called on Smith. Chris Smith has his first.
Jason Kidd gets inside, draws the foul. Smith, you can see him reach right over the top of Kidd and try to hold him down.
Kidd has a great understanding when you have that imbalance on the scoreboard, 5 team fouls to 2. You've got to change that, and the way you do it's by going to the basket. Kidd has 8 points scored. 1 rebound away from 10 and 13 assists. 13-point lead for the Mavericks. Foster for 3. And the rebound to Mashburn.
Big rebound by Mashburn that time. Good effort. He's loosening up a little bit, starting to sweat again. You can tell that.
in that double team. He gives it up to Kidd. Popeye Jones. The rebound to Lorenzo Williams. Popeye fires it back out to Harris. 4 minutes left. 96-83 Mavericks, and a foul on Doug West. Fifth foul on West.
His fifth.
The fourth team foul on the Timberwolves.
Christian LAETTNER back in the game.
LAETTNER coming back in for Minnesota. Foster going out.
Returns.
And Derek Martin also back for the Timberwolves. Smith is out. Martin guarding Kidd. Lucius Harris plays into Mashburn. Harris for three. Lucius Harris, a big three-point field goal. And now it's a 16-point lead for the Mavericks as they have regrouped to come up with a steal here. Mashburn leaves it for Kidd. Slips it under to Harris. Lucius Harris with 3.5 left. Takes it out to run a little clock.
Jason Kidd looks at him like, what are you doing? I give you a pass down there.
That was my 14th assist. Now Kidd wheeling out of the post. Has scored 10. He needs one rebound for his second consecutive triple-double.
I hope somebody tells him that.
You own these guys.
Jason Kidd with a rebound. And down the floor to Mashburn once again.
Jason Kidd just one rebound away from his second consecutive triple-double.
And you know how this starting unit did it when they came back. They did not do it with offense. They stopped Minnesota's scoring. They did it at the defensive end of the floor and got in transition. Kidd needs one rebound for consecutive triple-doubles.
West with Harris on him. LAETTNER. Christian LAETTNER. He's had a good night offensively. 22
Oh, look
points.
at the pass by Kidd.
To Smith, not there. And then Kidd with the rebound on the follow has his triple-double.
My, oh my.
Brooks on the foul. A standing ovation in Reunion Arena for the Mavericks rookie sensation Jason Kidd.
How about Rookie of the Year, huh? He's headed in the right direction. Like he told us in an interview the other night, I'm just trying to put pressure on Grant Hill. Needless to say, he is accomplishing that feat.
The Mavericks with 2:50 left lead this one by 17. Kidd out putting pressure on Smith.
He's trying to commit a foul so he can get out of the ballgame.
Inside pass broken up, but Durham ends up with it. 10 to shoot. Durham back to the hoop and draws the foul. And now with Dumas coming in, Kidd going out.
Tony Dumas back in the game.
And another ovation for Kidd in the offense.
Kidd. Back to back.
Durham with 4 points tonight. Mavericks 2:39 away from their 5th straight win here at home. Pick up another half game on idle Sacramento and Denver.
15-point lead. Mavericks need to run some clock, take care of the ball.
Smith, Dumas. Tony Dumas inside. Nope. LAETTNER the rebound. On ahead to Smith. Chris Smith felt the bump, hooks it in, and draws the foul.
Look out. That puts it right back at 12 if he makes that free throw.
Third.
3 fouls on Lucius Harris.
We got 2:20 left on the clock. Mata wanted to get those starters back out of there because of tomorrow night, and that's understandable. But Minnesota not rolling over and playing dead.
102-90. Dumas pressured by Smith. McLeod with Durham on him. Donald Hodge against Laettner. Harris comes to pick up the loose ball. 8 on the shot clock. Lucius Harris for 3. And the rebound to Laettner. 1:57 left. Derek Martin lost the ball to George McLeod.
That's big.
That could seal the fate of the Timberwolves as Hodge goes in and draws the foul with 1:48 left.
You see, it wasn't anything that happened offensively. It was George McLeod's defensive play. That's what the starters did when they came back in, when Minnesota had cut the lead.
5 in a row for Dallas in Reunion Arena. As the head coach of the Mavericks, Dick Motta, goes off a winner for the 300th time. And a sellout crowd goes home happy. 111-94 the final. George Karl and the Supersonics will get a first-hand look.
Strong